It's an honor and privilege to be here the seventh Yom of Yah's Keg Unleavened Lecker. Before we start, as Ra Akmakai would say, and Message Danielle Davis say, a nugget, a golden nugget. I have a nugget, a very golden testimony nugget. This being, you know, like I say, Feast of Unleavened Lecker. So I was in the store, went to the store, and to buy some yain, some wine. And then, as I was purchasing, someone said, shalom. You know, I just turned around and said, shalom, sister. Yeah, other than that, how would that, sister, how did she know that we was in the Mitzvah, the family of Yahweh, you know, the bands of Yisrael? These.
Yes, my brother.
These, here, she saw these tzitzit, fringes. That's what Yah said. That, you know, it's a command to wear these and the head cover. That's, other than that, that sister wouldn't have spoke to me. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's represent Israel. If not, that's between you and Yah. I ain't mad at it. Just Yah just saying. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes.
So we are going to this wonderful lesson. Like I say, that the feast on leavened bread. Get the sin out. This is all about, you know, either you leaven or unleavened. And you being leavened gets you nowhere but to the lake of fire. Unless you completely turn to Yahweh before you move. Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28. Ezekiel chapter 28, verses 14 and 15. And it reads, I'm Brother Yahshua, your reader, your speaker, and reading is Katan Batan as reader. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Ezekiel chapter 28, verses 14, and it reads,
Thou art the anointed, Shareth, that covet, and I have set thee, not thou, that upon the holy mountain of Elohim, thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee.
Praise to my Yah. This is the enemy. This Hasatan. He's the persona of leaven. This is it. This is where the leaven all started from in Shemaiah. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Yahshua, John chapter 20. John chapter 20, verses 15 to 19. And it reads, Sister Cock, whenever you have it. John chapter 20, verses 15 and 19.
Chapter 15?
Yes.
Yahshua said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou, whom seest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, said upon him, Sir, if thou have borne him hence, tell me when thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. Yahshua said unto her, Mary. She turned herself and said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. Yahshua said unto her, Touch me, not for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my Elohim and your Elohim. Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that she had seen the Master, and that he had spoken these things unto her. Then the same day, at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Yahshua and stood in the midst and said unto them, Peace be unto you.
Hallelujah. Yeshua saying, Shalom. This was the ultimate unleavened bread. He had moved for our sins. So you saw who's the ultimate leaven, and it is the ultimate unleavened. Praise be to the mighty Yah.
That's right.
Either you're going to be on your daddy house side and be leavened, or you're going to be on our big brother Yeshua's side and be unleavened. Go into the male kuf of our Yahweh. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 to 2, and it reads whenever you have it. Praise our Yahweh. All the time, no matter what. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 to 2, and it reads.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, even these are my feasts.
Hallelujah. And this is not no Jewish or Moshe thing.
No.
Listen and meditate on it. And Yahweh amar to Moshe, amar to the high band of Yisrael, and amar to them concerning the high moeds of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be a Kadesh combination. Even these are my feasts. So don't go on a Moshe or some other ethnic group where they have an excuse not to keep it. It's for everybody. When you become spiritual Yisrael, this is for you all, for everybody. Praise the mighty Yah. Skip down to verses 4 to 8, and it reads.
These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocation, which ye shall proclaim in their season.
See that? He wants you to get it. He said, these are the moeds of Yahweh. Even Kadesh comes at which you shall proclaim in their season. We're season once a year, and this is what we have to celebrate in this season. Continue, Akar.
In the 4th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. And unto Yahweh 7 days ye must eat unleavened unleavened bread.
Hallelujah. You see, y'all letting you know. He said, like I said, the 14th Yowm, the first month at evening. He said evening, not day. His feast day started, he said evening. It's not when you choose to pick it. You can do that, but you're being disobedient to Yahweh. There are consequences if you don't repent. You can confess. Confession is just saying, forgive me, Abba Yah, I agree with you, that was wrong. That's all he had. Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no severe work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no severe work.
Hallelujah. We on the 7th day. Only thing that's done away with, we don't offer made by fire anymore, because Yeshua came and ruled for us. So that is done away with. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4, and it reads whenever you have it.
Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity not charity than it not itself is not puffed up.
Praise the mighty Yah. It is a charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. This is This here is one of the fruits of the Ruach. You have this, you are 11. This is all it's saying, you are 11. Let's go to to chapter 8. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1, and it reads.
Verse 1?
Yeah.
Chapter 8?
Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1, and it reads.
Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity emptieth.
He just like you say, just re-emphasizing, you can't be this way, well, you are 11. This is what it's all about. It's about get that sin out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's what
right.
these things about. It's about doing something. This is about getting your hata'ahs out of you. Praise be to the mighty Yah.
Yes.
Let's go to Yakanan, John chapter 12, verses 1 to 14. Yakanan, John chapter 12, verses 1 to 14, and reads whenever you have it. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Revelation 9. John chapter 12, verses 1 to 14.
Chapter 12?
12, verses 1.
Okay. Then Yahweh, 6 days before the Passover, came to Bethlehem, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead. There they made him a supporter, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yahshua, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Then said one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him, why was not the ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? This he said not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief and had the bag, and there what was put therein.
Say he was a thief. He left. He continued.
Yeah.
Then said Yahshua, let her alone against the day of my burying. Hath she kept this? For the poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always. Much people of the Jews therefore knew that he was there, and they came not for Yahshua's sake only, but that they might see Yahshua also, whom he had raised from the dead.
Just Israel, black folks, I always want to see something. Continue.
But the chief priests consulted that they might put Lazarus also to death, because that by reason of him many of the Jews went away and believed on Yahshua.
Praise God.
On the next day, much people that were come to the feast, when they heard that Yahshua was coming to Jerusalem, took the branches of palm trees and went forth to meet him and cried, Hosanna, blessed is the King of Israel that cometh in the name of Yahshua.
Praise the mighty Yah. You see, verse 12 says, on the next Yom, much that were come to the high keg when they Shema that Yeshua was coming to Jerusalem. He kept the feast, y'all. New Testament people, believers, he kept the feast. You might don't know what it is, but you should ask a question.
Right.
And this all leading up him to go move for us to be unleavened lechem for us, which is all about all these feasts. It's meaningful leading up to something. which is made, we ain't putting into practice now, which is an eternal thing, ordinances forever. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 9. Ezekiel chapter 9, verses 9 to 10, and it reads whenever you have it to come. Hallelujah, Yahweh.
He's worthy.
Chapter 9.
Chapter 9, verses 9 to 10.
Then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great, and the land is full of blood, and the city of purposeness, for thy sake Yahweh hath forsaken the earth, and Yahweh seek not. And as for me, also my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will represent their way upon their head.
Praise the mighty Yah. See, this is that. Then Amar he unto me, the iniquity of the high Bible of Yisrael and Yehuda exceedingly great, and the land is full of them, and the city full of perverseness. For there Amar Yahweh had forsaken the Iyshah, and Yahweh seeth not. See them fools, that's just like today. They in their perversion, they hot to eyes, and they figure Yah don't send them, and they Israel.
Right.
They'd have been taught to know it, but see, like you say, they got so deep into their iniquity, they just forgot. And verse 10, as for me also, my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. This is, they are 11. This is all the showing the thing for this day. They're 11. They 11, they need to become unleavened to get back under the mercy of Yahweh. If not, what he mean by recompense on their head, you don't repent and return to Yah, it's the lake of fire. Praise be to the mighty Yah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 9. Zechariah chapter 9, verse 9, and it reads the car system when you have it. Holla Yahweh.
Yes, yes.
Chapter 9, verse
9, yes.
what?
Chapter 9, verse 9, and it reads,
Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just, and having salvation, lowly, and riding upon a donkey, and upon a colt, the foal of a donkey.
praise the mighty Yah. He says, Shemak greatly, O Beth of Zion. Shout, O Beth of Zion. Behold, thy man come unto thee. He is just, and having Yahshua Shanali, and riding upon a donkey, and upon a colt, the foal of a donkey.
Yeah.
So this just was, you know, like I say, the old is a shadow of the new. This just was telling of Yahshua coming that what he was going to move for our Hata'ah,
That's right.
which was 11. He just, that's praise be to the mighty
yes.
Yah.
Break it down. That's all right.
Luke, let's go to Luke chapter 19. Luke chapter 19, verses 33 to 35. See, this is all meaningful, people. You know, you got to keep Yah's, you got to keep his Torah. You know, there's the old that people have gotten away. This is where the Musa, the instructions are.
Right.
How to kai for our Yahweh.
Yep.
You know, like you say, that's why they say history is something, well, a riddle, because we've been taught to open the book up in the middle. So you're lost. But you'll take one of them novels or books you find open from the beginning to the beginning and end.
Yeah.
But the book of books, for your cat's sake, you ignore it. Because why? The Yowm people got y'all thinking these are fairy tale telling stories. This is real.
Sure is.
And it's for your God that you listen to people that Yah has revealed the truth. We are all ministers, those of the Episcopal of Yisrael. I better listen up to them. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's Luke chapter 19, verses 33 to 35, and it reads.
And as they were loosing the coat. The owners thereof said unto them, Why lose ye the coat? And they said, The master hath need of him. And they brought him to Yahshua, and they cast their garments upon the coat, and they set Yahshua thereon.
Praise the mighty God. So you young unbelievers, see that's where two or more witnesses. See
Right.
what was the new is just repeating what they had known of the old. When the new wasn't written. What you think they was reading from? The old. They was living through to make that historical facts.
Yeah.
You know, they was reading from the old. You all need to stop listening to these pastors, you know, the Iyshshah, and open up the book for yourself. It's sad, but you can get that sadness off you. Go
Right.
and read for yourself.
Yeah.
Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Numbers. Numbers chapter 28. Numbers chapter 28 verses. Numbers chapter 28 verses 17 to 25. And it reads, a copy, sister, when you have it. Numbers chapter 28 verses 17 25, and it reads.
Verses
28 verses 17 and 25. Hallelujah.
And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. In the first day shall be an holy conversation. Ye shall do no manner of severe work. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto Yahweh, 2 young bullocks, and 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals shall ye offer for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram.
Praise y'all. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. Them black folks sound like some hot water cornbread to me.
Right.
Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deals shall be offered for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. A several 10th deal shall thou offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs, and 1 goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Ye shall offer these beside the burnt offerings in the morning, which is for continual burnt offerings. And this manner ye shall offer daily throughout the 7 days, the meat of the sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offerings and its drink offerings. And on the 7th day ye shall have an holy conversation. Ye shall do no severe work.
Hallelujah. Verse 22 read, and a cod go for a hata offering to make a kippah for you. See, that was when they were doing the animals, that the blood, the lamb of Yahshua. That was all the foreshadow of him to come. But that was to get the leaven out. You know, they had to make a sacrifice of the leaven. All, like I say, the old sets up the new people. You need to get in here and read for yourself. And so it's for your God. Because he said, you know, the gate is narrow and few find it. And broad is the way. And most of the world is broadly on the Broadway side. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Deuteronomy chapter 16 verses 3 to 4. And it reads, whenever you have it.
Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of afflictions. For thou comest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, that thou mayest remember the day when thou cometh forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of thy life. And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coast 7 days, neither shall there anything of flesh which thou sacrificest the first day, and even remain all night until the morning.
Praise the mighty God. That's good. Go back. I'm going to read 3. Thou shalt eat no leavened leaven with it. 7 yards shalt thou eat unleavened leaven therewith, even the leaven of affliction. For thou camest forth out of the land of Mizraim in hate. But thou mayest remember the Yowm when thou comest forth out of the land of Mizraim. All the Yowm of thy cap. That other ethnic group you are, they can't stake no claim to it. Y'all say to find the people that he's that's chosen, he said they have to fit the description of this book.
That's right.
No one on this planet fits the description but the so-called black man, African American, which is Yisrael. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go back. Ezekiel chapter 45. Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 21. It reads whenever you have it. Ezekiel 45, verse 21, and it reads.
In the 7th month, in the
Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 21.
20. In the 1st month, in the 14th day of the month, ye shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten.
Hallelujah. Throughout this book, y'all letting you know that to keep this, because that's the convocation. But the world has done it away with. Like this past Sunday, it was April Fool's Day, my Star Day. Hasatan just said, you fools, it was his resurrection, the lie he gave you up, deceiving the whole world. It's his resurrection of lying to the world. Praise the mighty Yah. Nothing to do with Yahshua. Hallelujah. Let's go to Mark chapter 14. Mark chapter 14 and verse 1. Mark chapter 14, verse 1. And it reads whenever you have your card, sister.
After 2 days was the feast of the Passover and of unleavened bread, and the chief priests and the scribes thought how they might take him by craft and put him to death.
Hallelujah. See, this is your, Yahshua still keeping it. You are, I know your pastor's not even reading this to you all. So you are taking what he has to say, because why? You want to weigh out the hata. You want to be leavened, thinking you got the 1 foot in the church and one with Yahweh. It don't work. You say you choose. Right. You know, you're going to have one of that Elohim or you're going to shenay the other.
That's right.
Praise be to the mighty Yah. He said, and then throughout this, the New Testament, you all, Ibryi, you all don't believe what the one you all known as Jesus said out of his mouth about the commandments and all that. You rather believe in Adam. Now he said, if you were having, you would keep his commandments in there. Right. And then you all like to hold Shaul Paul up higher than Yahshua. And you all don't understand what he's saying. He didn't ever do away with the law. No. You'll pass on and read a verse ahead or below where he said, is the Torah done away? He said, Yah forbid. That's right. Praise the mighty. He said he had not known how to unless there was a law. That's right. He said, for the law shows you what sins you are not to do. We ain't, there's some of them say, ain't on the law. No, you're not. Not the law of death, but you on the law of righteousness. That's what you are on. Praise be to the mighty Yah. That's done away with. If you come to Yah, the law of death. Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Acts. Acts chapter 12. Acts chapter 12, verse 3. And it reads, whenever you have
And
to
because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further.
Acts chapter 12. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're right. Go ahead.
And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also, and those were the days of unleavened bread.
See, he just constantly repeating that these Moeds are Shanit, they are meaningful. They're for your eternal kind. You practice it now so you can be in the Maricupa and keep it eternal. It's forever. Praise the mighty Yah. Like say, you are passing on, they skip over this. They got you all believing Esther. What the bunny rabbit got to do with the resurrection?
Nothing.
Come on, think. As the raw Akmakan saying, that six and think. Consider things.
Right.
Praise the mighty Yah. But you comfortable. You want to stay there. My grandmama had this, my great granddaddy, all that. Hey, they knew what the best they knew. Now you know it's no excuse. Everything, the information out there, so many books. They kept it away from us for many years, but now they not. But they know. They say, you know, it's sad. They say, you want to hide anything for that ethnic group? You say, put it in the book. Praise the mighty Yah. It's true for quite a few people.
Sad but true.
Let's go to chapter 20. Chapter 20, verse 6, and it reads whenever you have.
And we sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread, and came unto them to Thurs in 5 days, where he abode 7 days.
Hallelujah. It's yours there. You all to know. You may not know what it is, but like y'all say, once you hear it, there's no excuses. Once you hear about this, you need to go ahead and investigate for yourself, find out what is this. Because there's no excuse with y'all. Once you heard it, he brought it to you, you can ignore it all you want, but it's being recorded by the Malakins and Shema. So, you know, my advice to you is to get with it, go ahead and try to figure out, get with someone that can help you understand what these mean for feast days are. Praise Yahweh. Let's go to 1 Chronicles. 1 Chronicles chapter 29. 1 Chronicles chapter 29 verses 13 to 17, and it reads.
Said 17?
Yeah, chapter 29 verses 13 to 17.
Now therefore, our Elohim, we thank thee and praise thy glorious name.
Yes, that's what we're here tonight.
That's right.
That's what we're here for, continue.
Who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to often offer so willingly after this sort? For all things come of thee, and of thine own have we given thee.
Praise the mighty God. That's what, see, they align themselves. They humble themselves. They recognize who provided for them. He owns everything. He lets us call things on, but everything belongs to him. It's an honor and kabod to be here out this Layil night. Talking and giving Yahweh his praise for his marvelous work and he has and blessings he has given us. Praise the mighty Yahweh.
That's right.
For we are strangers, therefore thee, and sojourners as we're all our fathers. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is none abide. O Yahweh, our Elohim, all this store that we have prepared to build thee an house for thine holy name cometh of thine hand, and is all thy own. I know also, my Elohim, that thou feast the heart, and hast pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of mine heart, I have willingly offered all these things, and now I have seen with joy thy people, which are present here, to offer willingly unto thee.
Hallelujah. See, that's what they was unleavened. They was given
Yeah.
from the heart, like we are. You know what I'm saying? Like say we are. You say, let me read 17. Ayala also my Elohim, that thou triest the high pay and hast pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of my pay, I have willingly offered all things, and now have I saved with Tzidkah thy dam which are present here to offer willingly unto thee. We are present here in the body of our we offering up our Torah to him for this day. Come, praise be to the mighty Yah, because we are leavened as our brother Yahshua is. So we humbly come before his presence and offer up ourselves to him. Give him his holler and praise, which he deserves. Praise now. We recognize. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Psalms chapter 7. Psalms chapter 7. Verse 17, and it reads. Praise the mighty Yah.
Chapter 7.
Psalm chapter 7, verse 17, and it reads.
I will praise Yahweh accordingly to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of Yahweh Most High.
All right.
I will holler Yahweh according to the Sadakah, and we'll sing holler up to Hashem of Yahweh, El Yah. That's what we doing. See, we leaven. So we know it's Sadakah that we supposed to do. We come to holler and give him here for sending his only begotten to come Yahshua us. Praise be to the mighty Yah. This is why we are here. Go to chapter 9, read verses 1 to 2.
I will praise thee, O Yahweh, with my whole heart. I will shew forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou Most High.
Hallelujah. I will holler thee, O Yahweh, with my whole pay. I will show forth thy marvelous deed. I will shemak indeed. I will sing hollering to thy Shem, O thou most El Elyon. That's what we hear. See, we know to be leavened and what this day is about. So we out here. We just was giving praise, singing to him. What a marvelous time it is to come out and shock and holler out at Yahweh on his festivity day he set for us. Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Middiah. Matthew chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse 7, and it reads.
Verse 7.
Chapter 10, verse 7.
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Hallelujah. He said, as you go, Yahweh Amon, Hamar Kub of Shemayim is at hand. That's being leavened. See, and not having that leaven, you would hear these the bars and you could share. This is what all this is about, getting that leaven out. So this is what we supposed to do. We've been called to do this, all of us. That hear this word. First we minister to ourselves, then we gonna minister to each other. We have to meditate and get it in our ruach and believe and receive it. Then we have with sure confidence of this book from Genesis to Revelation. Just go there boldly as the Lion of Yehuda and stand. And just stand, and all else there. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8, and it reads,
Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of the malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
hallelujah. Therefore, let us shema the hot cake, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, Rasha, but with the unleavened leaven of sincerity and empty. That's how we supposed to do. This is how we supposed to come and be, like say, be model ourselves after Yahshua. This is what he tells you, leaving the word from his Abba. That this is what you got to do. They inherit the male proof of Yahweh. Got to get all that leaven out. You know, he knows your faith and your leg, your heart, your unction. So you can fake the funk to the arch and our God, but to a certain time, then he sends his ruach for them to discern that you not up Yahweh. He said, try the ruach.
Yeah.
So praise be to the mighty Yah.
That's all right.
Hey, you want to half step? You be stepping into the lake of fire.
Yeah,
Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 8 to 9. It reads whenever you have the call, sister.
Yes. Fresh and new.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verses 8 to 9. And it reads,
But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the land of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that Yahweh thy Elohim, he is Elohim,
Yes,
the
he
faithful El, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Bless
praise the
Yahweh.
mighty Yah.
Bless Yahweh.
But because Yahweh have you, and because he would shema the oath which he has sworn unto your Abba, have Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the high of bond from the land of Pharaoh, Malach of Mizraim. Yahweh therefore that Yahweh thy Elohim is Elohim. Ha Eminah Elohim, which Shema Berith with and Hased with them that have him, and Shema his mitzvah to 1,000 generations. This forever.
Yes.
This is what he had. This is how he have it. This is what he got us from that bondage which was they was on limit to us. He said, it's time to get my call people out and let me teach them my way, my law statutes.
Teach us about
so we can go out and Yahweh to the other goees. Praise be to the mighty Yah.
Yeah.
Go to chapter 30. Chapter 30, verses 19 to 20. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verses 19 to 20, and it reads,
I called heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love Yahweh thy Elohim, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of the days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Hallelujah. Then Yahweh said, I corral Shema and Aaron to record this Yom against you, that I have set before you Cat and Marvet, Farrakhan, and cursing. Therefore choose God that both thou and thy seed may kaya. That thou may have Yahweh the Elohim, and that thou mayest obey his Yahweh's voice. That thou mayest cleave unto Yahweh. For Yahweh is thy God. And the length of thy Yowm, and thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy Abraham, Yitzchak, to Yaakov, to give to them. And that's the promises to us. Even though where he scattered us, if there needs what they name is, keeping his Kadesh days, you know, his Maggot days, keeping his feast days, and he promised, like you see, we sojourning through this land, but he takes care of those who are obedient to him. He brings you through. It's a problem. He's not an Adam that he can lie.
No.
You know, we put it to practice. He just say prove, and he said prove them. But you know, we don't have to go there because our obedience is why we standing here today.
That's right.
Praise the mighty Yah, because he had to work for all of us to do. And that some people, the Roman Christian doctrine, Yahshua moved and did it all. There's work to be done. Everything was spoken was word. It was work. He worked his mouth. It's work. We're not working for ourselves, but there's something we must do. How else are we going to get out? Because Yah is a Ruach and Hasatan is a Ruach. They need to give Yahs to work in. Praise be to the mighty Yah. You choose who you want to work for. Second, keep praise the mighty Yah. That's the only way, the best way. Now that we come to know him, he halved us before we knew him. Like he said, we was a ratchet, stinky, filthy rag. He cleaned us up. That's what all this is about too. It's about atonement, kippah, all these things about cleaning you up. Cleaning you up. So in the end, we're going to be in that fine white linen. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to 2nd Kepha. 2nd Kepha, verses 1. 2nd Peter. 2nd Peter. 2nd Peter, chapter 1, verse 16, and it reads, whenever you have. Chapter 2nd Peter, chapter 1, verse 16.
For we have not followed commonly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Master, Yahshua Messiah, but were eyewitnesses to his majesty.
Hallelujah. For we have not followed cunning devised fables when we were known Yada the Hamashiach and the coming of our Don Yeshua Hamashiach, but were eyewitness of his majesty. See, that's what we have. We don't have that's leaven. That is cunning devising. And fables is what some Israel be telling on. Fables. You know, they got to get off of those fables, which are lies. You know, come to true stop later to their own understanding and follow the sure from Genesis to Revelation. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Exodus. Exodus chapter 12. Exodus chapter 12, verses 15 and 20, and it reads, Exodus chapter 12, verses 15 to 20.
7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your house. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off.
Hallelujah. 7 Yom shall you eat unleavened leaven. Even the first Yom you shall put away leaven out of your body. For whosoever eat leaven from the first Yom until the 7th Yom, that nephew shall be cut off from Israel. That was then now, not that new. Like he say, he takes you to another level. You eat it, you had that, that's disobedient. Where you're going to be cut off into the lake of fire. Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No matter of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought you your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Praise the Lord. And you shall observe the high keg of unleavened leaven, for in this same self-same Yom have I brought your army, great mass of people we have, armies out of the land of Israel. Therefore, you shall observe this Yom in your generation by ordinance forever. Are we a generation?
Yes.
And he said this is for what?
Ever. Forever.
This is continuing on to the Melchus. Never going to end. Praise the mighty God. Continue.
Great.
And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at even ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 112th day of the month.
Hallelujah. In the first month, on the 14th Yom of the month, at evening. He keep emphasizing evening. You shall eat unleavened leaven until the 1 and 21 Yom of the month at evening. You know, these days emphasize 7 Yom. You're supposed to at least put some, took a bite of that unleavened leaven. It's Shabbat, it's command. You know, not just that first and last day. 7 Yom. I didn't get it for my time then, and it was quickening by our Kabra Shalom. It's supposed to eat 7 Yom. I'm like, whoa, okay. And that first Yom, I ate practically the whole body. It was so good with that peanut butter.
Right.
Praise be to the mighty God. Let's go to chapter 13. Chapter 13, verses 3 to 10, and it reads. Chapter 13, verse 3.
And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the houses of bondage. For by strength of hand Yahweh brought you out from this place. There shall no living bread be eaten. This day came ye out in the month Abba.
Hallelujah. This is what y'all wants you to know. This Yom came ye out in the month of Abib. Not, like say as we went through being straight, captivity, they changed it to that other Nisan. This is what y'all said, Abib. That's what I think you should go stick with what the original, the roots of things of Yahweh. The old landmark, he said. Praise be to the mighty God. Continue.
And it shall be when Yahweh shall bring thee into the land of Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy father to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep this service in this month.
Hallelujah. And it shall be when Yahweh shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, the Amorites, Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thou to give thee, a land of flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt shema this service in this month. In this month, seasonal.
Right now.
Praise the mighty God. As we in this Layil part, right, is it. Continue, God.
7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day shall be a feast to Yahweh. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall to leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. And thou shalt shew thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which Yahweh did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thy hand, and for a memorial between thy eyes, that Yahweh's law may be in thy mouth.
Yeah.
For with a strong hand hath Yahweh brought thee out of Egypt.
Praise the mighty Yah. And this is what he says, verse 8. And thou shalt show thy bond in that Yah of mine. This is done because of that which Yahweh did unto me when I came forth out of Mizraim.
Yeah.
That's what, it was lost from him. But now we can tell, our children, all these are our children.
That's right.
They of Israel, they are.
Right.
So we are parents to these.
Right.
They need us. And some adults need us too.
Yeah.
But they didn't know. Like we didn't know enough. We are the lost sheep of Israel.
Yeah.
First, let's go to I am, and then y'all were all the other ones too.
Yes.
But hey, we didn't need more than any go in. Praise be to the mighty Yah. And it shall be a sign unto thee upon thy hand, and for a memorial between thy eyes, that Yahweh's Torah may be in thy mouth. For with a correct hand have Yahweh brought thee out of Mizraim. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Colossians. Colossians chapter 3. Colossians chapter 3.
Colossians.
Colossians. Yeah, it's in the new. It's
Okay.
It's right after the okay. Colossians chapter 3, verses 5 to 10. And it reads, whenever you have it, God, sister. Colossians 3, 5 to 10.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fortification, uncleanness, inordinate afflictions, evil, concupiscence, and conditions, which is adultery. For which things' sake the wrath of Elohim cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these angers, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him.
Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty